The Buster Sword, Cloud's most iconic weapon and arguably his least used. So how does a weapon that only lasts a few hours into the game strike such a chord in our hearts that it becomes one of the most iconic weapons in video game history? After beginning the game and being wowed by graphics that you never thought were possible, you meet our game's hero. After jumping from the train you rode in on, you get into your first battle and finally get to use this amazing weapon. This ex-soldier, as he's called, slashes away and defeats the armed guards with ease. A few minutes later, you discover that he has a name. His name is Cloud Strife, a former member of Soldier, an elite military unit. This mysterious mercenary was hired for one thing: destroy the reactor that's stealing the life force of the planet. This is where our adventure begins. But it's after a few hours and with the help of a special item known as Steel Materia that you can find Cloud's new weapon, the Hard Edge. Much better statistically, the Hard Edge renders the Buster Sword useless. The weapon you envision in your character's hands as you hurry home from the store, now relegated to storage space. You can't sell it, but you don't have any use for it either. It stays in your inventory for the next 40 hours as Cloud continues to find better weapons. You'll see it again in cutscenes and minigames, but it's clear that the weapon wasn't what it used to be. It's not until much later in the game that we really see its significance to the character we've grown to love. What seemed like useless metal is now part of the very identity of our character, a passing of the torch, if you will. After suffering some of the most traumatic losses that a human being should ever have to endure, our hero begins to crack. His once powerful facade now torn away as he descends into madness. Cloud finally realizes that he's not the person he thought he was, as does the player. He learns the truth of his past and what the sword means to him and his identity. When you go into the live stream in the deal and discover what really happened, you learn a lot about how this weapon is so important. Especially after you go into the Shinra Mansion in Nibelheim later in the game and you see the secret scene, it changes your whole perspective on the weapon itself. Then it hits you. This weapon isn't supposed to represent brute strength or even be the best weapon in the game. It's actually a character itself. It's the symbol of sacrifice and it's the symbol of hope.